Good morning. Woo! Welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild. I'm Debbie G. It's time for a cup of grata. That's a shot of expression and 2 squirts of reality. Today, I have seriously, and I'm honored to introduce this co-squirt, Todd Medina, Soulogy. You are the power. He's the power shaker and mover. We are right now, as you guys are experiencing this, this is called collective collaboration at its finest. And I am so grateful that you're here. Todd, welcome to
Thank you.
Our world. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
I thought you were gonna play an intro, so I wasn't prepared. No, I'm kidding. I'm just sharing it out. But yeah, it's great to be here. I've seen your stuff for a long time. I don't even know how long. Maybe a couple years you guys have been doing. Yeah, and so it's been refreshing. I know there's a lot of people, and I never could figure out who was who. And then, like I said, this lady, she contacted me a few months ago. And then I don't surf a lot, but then I'll see y'all on there, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And it's always different people. So, yeah, so sometimes I'll tune in for a little bit. I like to watch what other people are doing. And yeah, but it's a pleasure to be here. It really is.
Rock on. Now I am going to share our buddy, Tusika. And while we're doing that, everybody, if you can share this out, we're going to be doing the same and enjoy this. This is called synchronicity. It is the one that I was told to play because that's how spirit does that. All right, here we go.
Put forward a new concept that he called synchronicity. This term means a meaningful coincidence of outer and inner events that are not themselves causally connected. Synchronistic events almost invariably accompany the crucial phases of the process of individuation. But too often they pass unnoticed because the individual has not learned to watch for such coincidences and to make them meaningful in relation to the symbolism of his dreams.
Listening, 3 and 33, angels speak to me, UFOs at night, sold my soul to life, gazing at the sky, the spirit taking flight, synchronicity, God is listening, 3 and 33, angels speak to me, UFOs at night, sold my soul to life, gazing at the sky, the spirit taking flight. Elevated consciousness, stars speak, I'm in bliss. No coincidence, 11:11 heaven sends. Cognitive dissonance, you were not meant for this. Sitting I reminisce on signs and symbols that I get. Repetitive numbers, cycles, it is vital where the mind goes. Visitation spark revival, the rest is left within denial. It is my desire to go within and meet Messiah. With breath of life, and bathe myself in ancient fire. In a holy convocation, talk with God through meditation. In a sacred conversation, DNA gets activated. Don't mean to complicate it. My soul rejuvenated. My life a sacrifice. Each day I live is consecrated. Invitation to enter into conversation without creation. A journey into isolation and invocation. Downloads of information, evaluation. This trial has been your preparation. God is listening. 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, sold my soul to life. Gazing at the sky, spirit taking taking flight. Synchronicity, God is listening. 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, so my soul delights. Gazing at the skies, spirit taking flight.
Been hearing voices from the heavens, been feeling feelings from the Father. Emmanuel Sonata, my birthplace is private. I was born of the spirits, that's right, I'm born of the spirit. That's why I don't get into this industrial living. All this capitalism, draconian system. When you was wrong, do as the Romans, so that's just how they live it. But me, I'm not with it. No, me, I'm not with it. I'm on the pathway to perfection, on my way to ascension. And I'm feeling so lifted, that's right, I'm feeling so gifted. And I create what I desire because it's about my intention. And what I'm content with, and who I'm content with. Don't deserve my energies, most likely you will not get them. I got these synchronicities, guiding me to the cryptic me, aligning me with the Prince of Peace, reminding me of everything I'm meant to be. And I hear the whispering, high pitched tones and frequencies, taken to the places in my dreams of the different dimensions that I've seen.
Or synchronicity, God is listening. 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, so my soul delights. Gazing at the skies, spirit taking flight. Synchronicity, God is listening. 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, so my soul delights. Gazing at the skies, spirit taking flight.
Synchronized, Synco 5, sin and sign, waves align, symmetry, crystalline, connect the dots, synaptic fire. All in my favor, I savor the flavor, never in danger. The magi is major, magnetic attractor, auspicious condition, no matter the fact that you can't manufacture no drama, no actors. My mind is alignment, no matter what happens. With stars on the planet, spiraling the axis, the signs automatic. I'm blessing the blackness, synchronistic, the gnosis, modish. The links are constant for the wise who watch. The sonic, masonic, ironic, symbolic, melic, or malik, connected to dotted, no coincidence. The synchro links through speed, written in the ink. You miss it if you blink. It's all mystic and auspicious, enriched. What you think? It's like beyond sight, dark and light, archetype, ancient right, so it goes on heights. Don't believe the hype. The patterns will ignite. Ancient memories, sacred, heavenly, give thanks and everything, connecting memories. It all happened for a reason. I'm the one who give it meaning. Synchronized, I didn't even see in patterns, keep repeating.
Listening, 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, so my soul delights. Gazing at the skies, spirit taking flight. Synchronicity, God is listening. 3 and 33, angels speak to me. UFOs at night, so my soul delights. Gazing at the skies, spirit taking flight.
Ha. Woo, baby.
He's good, isn't he?
Oh man, did you just feel that like go all through like your well, I have headphones. Yeah, you have headphones on too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like sinks in there and the words and the vibe and the energy of it.
Yeah, he's very good. He's
I love
very
it.
good. Yeah, he really is. Very unique.
Good morning, Spirit. We love you, Todd Medina. I don't know who that is. Spirituality Gone Wild, one of our team members, giving us a shout out. I love you. And I'm not sure which one that is. Could be Karen. Could be anybody. Could be Jay. It could be David Strickle. It could be. Oh, I just love that.
There's so many. There's so many of you. How do you keep up?
Oh well, I'll tell you. That's a really good question. And Spirituality Gone Wild was created because Source was like, hey, there's all these people doing great things. And it's like Spirituality Gone Wild, like the West Gone Wild. And it is everything, because everything is important when we're all doing this work to be all, so everybody deserves to be seen. Everybody. And this is Karen. It's Karen. Good morning, our beautiful Karen Palmer. She is the co-founder of Spirituality Gone Wild, and her show is on at 3 p.m. and that is about kindness. All right, so good morning, and I hope everybody who's jumping on right now from both sides of the world here, from Soulogy and Todd's incredible work, which, by the way, Todd, I've been watching you from the get, and the people from the SGW side, I want you to understand and feel into this merge right now, into the synchronicity and beauty of the collective consciousness working together as a collaboration for the betterment of all mankind through the basis of extraordinary works of our badass selves. Because we chose to show up.
There you go.
Rock on, Todd. Okay, I've been watching you from the very beginning. From the very beginning, when you were doing 24-hour segments, you were just going nonstop, and you never ever gave up, and you kept doing it. First off, let me commend you for you just being a badass warrior. I mean, dude, you brought it. And for those of you who don't know this incredible gentleman, who, by the way, I completely bloopered the
don't worry about it.
Oh, it's so freaking funny, dude. You guys, I scheduled him for Wednesday. I'm sitting in this morning. Hey, let's go. We're on studio. This rock star shows up. He just shows up, and this is what we're talking about. Showing up. So, Todd, thank you for showing up, and tell this world who you are, baby.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm part of the team at Soulogy. There's quite a few people involved. Actually, just like what y'all are doing, everyone's involved. You know, exactly. It's an energy, and it's an energy that we continue to add frequencies to an ever expanding vibration. So it's really an interesting story. It's both physical and non-physical, and it's, you know, it's all about the present moment and spontaneous, intuitive, creative, imaginative, a little bit courageous sometimes, but it's a place where people can come and talk about whatever they want to talk about. It originated in a group on Facebook, and it's just moved into, I think, probably about over maybe even close to about 4,000 video productions now, or live and or video production.
Oh, hot diggity dog!
So there's a lot of different people involved over the years. So I just, me myself, on the surface, I mean, I like to write and blog. I like to make music, what I call soul speaks, which is where I take music, instrumentals, and then add them to my lyrics, or my lyrics to the instrumentals. It's not really rapping, it's not singing, it's somewhere in the middle. I'm in a divine conscious union, which is really the core of Soulogy. And that's pretty much my world. You know, it's pretty much my world. I've been on a journey for quite some time.
Oh shit! Oops.
What happened there? How long was I off?
Like for 1 second.
Oh, for 1 second.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's okay.
You've been on this journey. Todd, I blooper like
that's
all the
okay.
time. That's like my gig.
Yeah, and sometimes be live bloopers for you, you know.
No, I so did that. I'm gonna own it. Hey, you have a YouTube channel? Can I cue up your music?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, keep telling everybody who you are. They know who you are.
It's under Soulogy.One Studios. All the letters run together. Soulogy.One Studios channel. No, it's just a collaboration. You know, there's at the root of the collaboration is this divine conscious union that produced a third energy, as they say, in the Trinity and the Holy Triad. Last summer, she came over. She's from South Australia. We're living together now. This is the 4th time she's been over here, but last year she came over. It was the 2nd time, and we met in Georgia, and the Soulogy energy actually appeared before us and started talking to us.
Oh, wow.
And so that we developed a really cool relationship. At that time, it showed us itself as a big tree, like a big tree of life. And it started bearing golden fruit, and basically said that we're the caretakers and there'll be other aunts and uncles that'll come in. And ever since then, we've been communicating with it. It's its own energy. It's just another name for everything that we have in common, all of us.
Yes.
And it's just our end of the universe, serving the universe, trying to mirror the universe. And so it's been quite an experience. It's been going on for. I was actually given the name Soulogy on March the 10th, 2012, which is actually Morgan's birthday. But I wouldn't meet her for 3.5 years.
Wow.
So back to True Seeker's song, Synchronicities, right?
Totally. Oh, I mean, that is really awesome, and I'm loving this. What I'm really digging, the comments that are coming through right now are just like incredible. Shannon said, I hope I said that right. Shanine,
Yeah.
thank you.
Because I couldn't pronounce it. I couldn't pronounce it for about 3 months.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So let me just bring that comment up because that's like, Shanine, rock on, young lady. Thank you so much. Totally. I'm loving this. Okay, and what I'm digging is, okay, so Soulogy is a stream of consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the name you've given it. And this stream of consciousness is, so you channel the stream of consciousness Soulogy through your music.
Well, the music is more like the side, like so Soulogy is like a big hub, like the inner wheel of a tire, let's say. And then the spokes are the voices. The voices are the artistic expressions and so on. The primary vehicle is Soul Speaks 5D, which was I don't know, which kind of came into play about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago. And so what would happen is when I met Morgan in late 2015, we used to spend a lot of time talking on the phone. And I'd say, we'd say, God, we need to get this on audio or on video, not because it's us saying it, but because we're connecting telepathically, intuitively, creatively. We're locking into the same, infinite intelligence. And anyway, so it kind of evolved from there. I was doing my own productions. I was doing these Soul Speak music videos, and I was doing a lot of what I call spirit walks, where I would just take the phone out and I would bring the people into the communion I had with the universe, which is something I started the first 2 years I was awake, where I went homeless by my own choice and just walked the streets every day and every night. And so I was doing those. I was doing some more.
Can I ask you? I'm sorry. Can I interrupt? I want to ask you a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
You went homeless by your own choice. Can you give me your 3 biggest takeaways from that experience, like for you in your soul growth and also in the way that you observed and perceived humankind?
It was a very solitary trip. Part of the trip, I call it a spirit walk. Like a lot of people that come on to the show, and I'm sure your show, they had a lot of traumas that happened that kind of spawned the total awakening, I guess, or the point of no return, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, right.
So the 3 biggest things. I don't know. I mean, I got a few things. One is I was told, first and foremost, there is only one. At the time, I understood the vernacular in it, maybe in a more archaic way. So it was there was only one God, and then there was a perfect order to the universe. Was number 2, yin and yang, cause and effect. What goes around comes around. Golden rule. And then the third thing was that we are each one unique and equal soul. So those were the 3 main things that the universe told me. And then I think from there, at a human level, I was processing stuff like we all have and do, shadow, whatever you want to call it. I was early into what is still a journey in that department. But anyway, I was told pretty quick that circumstances and consequences are all the same thing. What matters is where you're at and where you're going, and don't make excuses, don't lie, and don't blame anything external, person, place, or thing. And that was spoken from my higher self to my human self, basically. And not really so much about other people, but understanding that if I did those things with myself, if I upheld that, then it would translate to my relationships as well.
Wow. I absolutely love the way that you just let that out, because I'm so freaking on point with you on this. It is so important that we show up for ourselves first, but realizing that responsibility, accountability, and authenticity, and just to know that we are 100%, there's nothing outside of us. There's no blame game. Jay Rothman said there's no healing in blame.
Yeah.
And
right.
The beauty in that, the beauty in knowing that for me on my end, and where in this connection I'm having with you and connecting in the now, in this now moment, is that allowing people to just be, not right, not wrong, just to be where they're at, for me to take responsibility for anything that's going on within my own field, and realizing that the higher the vibration, the higher the compassion, radical acceptance, radical compassion, and radical appreciation for myself, and then extending it out into others, regardless of, showing up right where they're at. And just the polarity. I heard you also say that. You brought up the yin and the yang. Duality rocks, because without it, we don't know what we don't want.
Yeah.
But I love the way that you just put that out there. That is so cool. The music. Now, music is my vibe, because it's all of our vibe.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Leon Hendricks is here today, and he'll be on later, because he comes and he hangs with me. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we connected with the very first time we met a couple years ago was the fact that nature was our first teacher. It was where harmony began. It's the sound, the frequency of all that is, and it is our music. It is who we are. We're part of the divine orchestra of life. And when we tap into our harmony, we're tapping into that.
Yeah.
And with you, you've tapped it to bring music through in the way that you're doing this. Is helping the planet heal, is what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, I think that music is it's always been really important to me, and I think to a lot of people will speak to that. I know for me, since I was a little kid, different critical periods of my life or traumatic periods of my life, music was really all I had.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just meditate with music basically, and but I mean, in Soulogy, I think it's Soulogy is to me and to Morgan, it's, as we've been told, it's a platform for the voices, the 99.99%. That voice, is really the voice of the feminine, the voice of the goddess, the voice that's been suppressed in all of us. That pure love, nurturing power that's been suppressed in the world. We all know this is a patriarchal system. We all know there was some kind of interference, that type of thing. But that voice comes out in a lot of different ways. I think it comes out through commentary and conversations like this. It comes out through dance, through other artistic expressions. It doesn't necessarily have to be lyrical. I think it's really just anything. It's creative. It's creation, and I think that's the force that we lost in this world. The patriarchal was a very premeditated power, control, manipulation game. It affected all of us. It was in all of our DNA. Nobody got out alive. You know what I mean? Not even Jesus. Nobody did. Nobody. And so, I think it's very encouraging to see people doing things such as what you guys are doing over there. Spirituality Gone Wild, Soulogy, individuals. I mean, I love to just turn on the news feed on Facebook and just see people doing live after live after live. We have saying at Soulogy, which is I am soul, and the human is the hero. But another way of saying that is I'm not afraid to show my ass, right? I mean, that's
Hell yes.
we just get past the point of embarrassment and what people think. And I've said this for a long time, 1,000+ shows. The biggest activations, downloads, and channelings we get come from having a conversation like this. It actually comes from the human in their attempt, in their alignment, or the trajectory of their alignment in honesty, authenticity, rawness in a conversation with the things that they say. It's not the how-tos, the instruction, or the content. It's actually the vibration coming through from the heart. Like, hey, the energies came down over the last 3 days and they kicked my ass. I wanted to wring my mother-in-law's neck. The Star family came into my bedroom last night and I had a trippy night, or whatever the situation is. There's code in all of that. The code is actually in the purity of the resonance. And so it comes out in a lot of ways. It comes out in music, comes out in art, comes out in just all kinds of different ways. So we just try to encourage that, as a platform.
I love that. And what I've heard you say is that we are the I am that I am, but we are also perfectly human. And to own that shit, because it's awesome. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Todd? As a matter of fact, listen. Mm-hmm. So today on Facebook, I have this memory where last year I'm doing this live with Terry Miller, or known as Terry Angel. And I'm doing this live with her and I'm going, I threw a full-blown tantrum. Like I threw a tantrum. So I had to, I'm going to call you guys. I did it again the other night. I threw a royal princess tantrum. Like I didn't just, my needs weren't being met. I wasn't meeting them and I threw a fit. You know what the difference is though, between a year ago and today? Like I can recognize it, sit with it, be okay with it, not beat the shit out of myself for it, and then recognize that I can get past it in a second and I'm still breathing without losing my mind.
Yeah. True.
So perfectly human.
Yeah. And as the individual goes, so goes the collective, I mean,
right.
Yeah. I mean, we're, and I think that's one of the things too, that's coming to the surface is, a lot of people, like, my wife has been connecting for 20 years. And there's people that come on the show, it's even more than that. And we're talking about high level sacred wisdom, people doing this in solitude without any notoriety whatsoever. Now all starting to come out, but it's a very powerful thing. Some people have been doing it 3 or 4 years. Everybody's channeling, transmitting, downloading at some level or another, however, to whatever degree they're conscious of it or not, to whatever degree they are aligned with it or not. There's 8 billion different pieces. But what I'm saying is that, it's starting to come to the surface now that some of these attachments we've had to our stories, to our human incarnation, traumatic stories and all that stuff, the journeys, is a lot like what we receive from the higher dimensions, in the sense that we can't afford to get attached to it. So after we go through all this stuff, we talk about all this stuff, the value, the only thing that we can actually hold in our hand is I'm Todd, you're Debbie. You can only be Debbie one time. I can only be Todd one time, as far as I know. Now, whatever information I've received as past lives, future life, parallel lives, whatever divine essences or angels or galactics I've communicated with, it's all great. It's all, I think, just cookie crumbs on the trail home. Like Hansel and Gretel. I think it's great, but I've learned, especially in my relationship, working with, for all intents and purposes, a practitioner, having a relationship with her, I've learned that, everything, all that stuff is only can take you so far unless you embody it, unless you actually apply it in your life. And I think, to your point earlier, yeah, we're all those things, but we're also human. And the human is the hero. You cannot, whatever you want to call this, transcend, transition, ascend, descend, awaken, really even live fully unless the human is in alignment first and foremost. You know.
Absolutely. I am in alignment with everything that you're saying, because really what I'm hearing is we release that we come in that space with, don't hold the attachment. And I love that. Not practicing the art of non-attachment is huge. Practicing the art of non-interference and getting out of our own way and allowing and being. But you're right about when it comes down to it, you're Todd, I'm Debbie, and we go from there. And I dig that. And we all have stuff. I say, without your dark, you wouldn't know your spark, because I really don't want to get, it's really just that simple. And I love also that the human is the hero. I think that's probably one of the most beautiful things I've heard in a really long time. And thank you for merging that. I would like to play a song from that you have out. Can you give me the name of one in particular that you would like me to share? You have a favorite?
Okay. Well, because they were all done in phases. Most of the stuff on YouTube is, I mean, I even produce stuff for people, so there's a lot of interesting stuff on there. Some of the stuff that I have a radio show. I haven't done it in a few weeks because of where I'm living. They complained. But on the radio show, I play videos like True Seekers and Universal Brother Sister Circle. Some of the stuff that I produced for other people in collaboration with other people out of SoulogyOneStudios. I play some of my stuff, and then I do some stuff live. And most of the stuff I do live is newer stuff. I think there is some on there. In fact, I'd have to see it. Now, if you go to SoulogyOneStudios channel, you go to the playlist is what is it? Soul Speak music videos. Do you see that? So I think if you go down, I don't know if is it in chronological order.
Not really.
I think I tell you what. Why don't we just do the first one? It's called.
I will not hide. Oh, go ahead.
No. The first one is chronologically is Fold of the Immortal. Fold of the Immortal. Yeah, those are in the order of hits, I think. So Fold of the Immortal. It was the very first one I ever did.
Ooh,
and it's yeah. I mean, there's some like spiritual rap stuff in there and stuff, but this one is the first one I ever did. It was kind of like a channel when it happened, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just told start talking to music. Did you find it?
I put it. Let me try one more time. Well, the Soul of the Immortal, right?
No, Fold.
It is. It is
Fold. Fold of the Immortal. FOLD.
Let's see here. SoulogyOneStudios, April 5th. No, that's not it. That's not it.
How about you want me to send you the link? I'll send you the link.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. So I'm going to go over here. Here we go. I should have thought of that. But I didn't know you were going to get into the music.
I didn't either.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Here's a quick one. And then if you want to do something else, we'll do something else. Let's see. Copy. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to send this to you. So this one is about the 5th or 6th one I ever did. And I think it was actually the first time I carried a little, I don't know, the first 5 were like me speaking like this, but with some type of structure to it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to send this. Let's see. Like that. And then this one, I think, was like the 6th one. And then there's a little bit of kind of rhythmic rap to it and a little couple of lines of melody. So it was kind of interesting the way it happened.
Perfect. Okay, all right, let me grab it here. This is so cool. Like, I'm really super excited. And yeah, I never know what I'm doing. I just let it
Me neither. That's what makes it good. That's what makes it raw. That's what makes it raw.
I love it. Spark the G vibe. That's your gratitude vibration, by the way. All right, baby. Here we go, everybody.
Todd Medina, SoulogyOneStudios.
Oh, there it goes.
What's going on here? Democracies, aristocracies, oligarchies, monarchies, hierarchies, presidents and popes. What's the real dope? What's this all about? Faith, hope, doubt? That's all that earth stuff, man. I am a multi-dimensional, high-vibrational, evolutionary being, and I'm tired of hiding it. I am soul. I don't care who or what tried or is trying to deceive us. Call it the devil or another's Messiah, prophet, or God. It's all the same to me. Whoever they are, they can never take our souls, and that's when we came here to learn. From the burn of being wrong, denying who we are, taking orders, lawless laws, a branded existence, but not anymore. I am divinity. Yeah. All right. The power we hold to mold the future, heavenly nirvana. From the inside, present, eternal. It's time to be a bolder flame. The game isn't the same. We are the spirit science synthesis, the action of conscious thought, alignment, transmuting to a living wisdom. Yeah. No longer dreaming the life. I am living the dream.
That was awesome. No longer living the life, I am living the dream.
Yeah.
Nice. Those beautiful words. Nice beat. Todd Marley.
Todd Marley. Somebody said,
Dude.
oh, that's Dr. Joe. He's hilarious. He comes on the show about every 2-3 weeks. Good man.
Hey,
Yeah.
and hey to everybody that's like popping on. Hey guys, what's up? Soulocracy. I love that soulocracy. That's pretty rad. I love that. I have my gratitude thing is where it's at. I call it loveitude. So I'm loveituding your soulocracy. Now that we're creating our own language.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Did you have another one that you would like to share?
Well, let's see. Let me see if I can find one of the more recent ones.
Okay, cool. By the way, what's your website so I can put it up here?
Our website's not up.
That's okay.
We've been working on it for a long time, but actually, it's I looked at the wrong. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. Let me go to playlist. So it's going to be Soulogy.One, but
okay.
Soulogy.One. Let's see. Let me find something here. Let's do
Soulogy. YouTube it, everybody.
Yeah, SoulogyOneStudios on yeah, it's all the letters run together. So here's one. I don't know which one to pick because it's been so long, but here, let's try this one here. This is a song. A lot of the stuff I did back then was stuff that wait, let me get the copy, send back to you. A lot of the stuff I did was to kind of hip hop instrumentals, different variations of hip hop instrumentals. But I knew not to like try to sing or rap because I knew that's what it was. Okay, so here's one, and this one is like let me make sure it goes through. Okay, so what would happen is like I wrote like I don't know, quite a bit of, which I guess you would call like poetry. Over, I was on the streets a couple of years. That's how I started Soulogy, and then and I would just write on a flip phone. And then after a couple of years, I got a computer and I started putting the words to pictures and made about 1,500 memes, if that whatever you call them. And so then I was told like get, and this was right before I ended up meeting Morgan. And I was trying to I was hearing it. They were like, go downstairs, make a studio. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, you'll figure it out. So I started taking instrumentals and then I started speaking to them. But I think I did about 75 of them, and I would say about 70 of them were just one take. And not that they're good. I just understood that the authentic, no spit and polish, just one take, kind of freestyle with the universe, and all these amazing things would happen. Like, the last word would come on the last beat, or the video I would make would start pulsating with the music. There would just be all these different things happen, and it was kind of a cool experience. But this one is from Houston, and this one is from a legendary rap duo down there in Houston. It's the instrumental. It's actually a song called "One Day," and I just put it to an old Soulogy poem called "The Road Will Still Be Golden."
All right, you guys ready? I'm so excited. I'm like having so much fun right now. This is so cool. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, I'm already digging this.
It's Todd Medina, SoulogyOneStudios. Listening to an instrumental by the legends UGK, Bun B, and Pimp C from the south side of Houston, Port Arthur, Texas. Yeah, I'm from Houston, Texas, and I know I'm biased, but the best music in the world comes out of Houston, Texas. Yeah. Got a little soul speak. Talking about this trip that we're all sharing. This ascension, this unveiling, apocalypse. All the horrors and all the dreams come true, wrapped up into one. This whole trip's about us getting back to us. Looking our own divinity in the eye.
Now,
here we go. Just remember, the road will always be golden. Even when your faith and the highest thing you hold and something outside yourself is shattered to pieces. Yeah. The road will still be golden, even if your prophet's words prove altered, with lies applied to serve the selfishness of our minds. Oh yeah. Truth is stranger than fiction. The road will still be golden if ETs descend from the skies and we discover that we were born of the light through their seeds, sharing their lineage and their lives. The road will still be golden, even when the nukes begin to fly and electricity becomes a dying dream and a renewed quest for living. The road will still be golden when science and the stars collide with Jesus and the Anunnaki, as Nibiru meets the third eye. Oh yeah. The road will always be golden. And I am only certain of one thing, my own divinity, and that my place is here and now. And I know I'm golden, and I know I'm soul. Oh yeah. That was pretty cool. Well,
love it.
Woo!
Don't play that one.
I won't play that one. I was having so much fun. Oh my God, you guys, how freaking awesome. Dude, you are way cool.
Well, I don't know about that. It's just something. It's something like, like so for me, I have a certain role at Soulogy, and but I think there's like an artistic side to it. I haven't really been dipping into it lately. And I know I will, but that's kind of like my contribution to Soulogy. Aside from Todd's role at Soulogy, I like producing stuff and creating stuff. So that was a big part of my journey. And right when I was getting into that, I met Morgan one night at 3:33 in the morning when I was having a meltdown. And and so from there, it's just been like,
That's how you met her.
Yeah, I met her. Yeah, I met her at 3:33 in the morning, my time. I had reached out to her and sent her a message, and I was actually just trying to like get to know her, and then she had sent me a message back, and then I said, and it was 3:33 in the morning, and I was like curled up in fetal position. I was like crying. I was like bawling my eyes out.
Oh, okay.
And I hadn't had an experience like that in a long time since I'd been homeless. So it'd been like probably a year and a half, or maybe a little over a year since I'd been off the streets. And so she wrote back and said, "Hey, just whatever I had said something to her, and she was just responding." And I just knew, and I just said, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And then she said, "Yeah, I know." And then we basically, merged souls, just messaging each other, and and then it started from there. And so it's been pretty amazing. It's been a long road, but it goes to show you that it goes to show you that anything's possible, and an open, unattached. I know that sounds weird. An open, unattached, pure, unconditional love frequency can be held and sustained by two people. An incarnation in the physical of what we can reach in the non-physical. I think it's a big part of our collective journey. As I'm understanding as time goes on. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Todd, because I started studying compassionate communication, Marshall Rosenberg's teachings a couple of years ago, and I found Scott Thomas, one of my mentors. And one of the things we embrace is exactly that concept of open, unattached, allowing and appreciating different ways of knowing what's real, using curiosity. It's the tools of that communication that I'm like, oh my gosh, these are so awesome. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you're giving me like a whole lot of hope, because I chose to stay single like 4 years ago, and work just sort of took that sabbatical away from relationship.
Yeah.
And now that I step into different relationships, they're all platonic.
Yeah.
It's the connection is what it's about. And what I know I'm going to find my divine partner, like some trippy way, like you did, like that's going to happen, because that's just how this works. And
Yeah.
I love that you shared that, because I really want to have both of you on now on another Colorado, so like we can dive deep into that, because relationship and connection and how that we connect with each other is so important. How that we communicate, and those tools that we're using for communication, and listening, and acknowledging each other, not validating, but acknowledging.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It's when I met her, she told me, that she'd been connecting since like the year 2000, like 1999. I'm like, holy fuck, I mean, like, I'm just into this game, and I'm seeing this and seeing that, and I was very shadowed and such. But she told me, she said she got early on in her communion that we were in an age of duality moving into the age of Trinity. And I've come to understand that more and more and more. And what I understand, and this is just my own take on it, is that, what we're doing here, these gods and goddesses, is we're actually bringing into materialization manifestation in the physical, that which we know to be true in the non-physical, and I think that triad that's formed by two balanced, masculine, feminine souls creating a third energy. That's the 369 free flowing energy Tesla was talking about. It's just one metaphoric way to look at it, but now it's no longer a metaphor. Now it's actually occurring around this world. We're not the only ones, but there's a whole wealth of sacred wisdom. So much of it she and others have picked up on through their transmissions, but it can only be actually learned or realized or expanded or created by actually physically doing it. And that includes sacred sex. That includes, for instance, her and I both were celibate when we met, and we remained celibate until a couple of weeks after we had a divine conscious union or marriage, a legal marriage for visa purposes last year. And so there's been a whole I don't know, just a door open up of incredible knowledge, not necessarily coming in words, discovering what true intimacy actually is.
Yes.
Doesn't look anything like where we came from. Most of us warriors were highly sexual in our past, but got nothing to do with that. I mean, it's a whole. We'd love to come on because it's something that, and we have gone on a couple of shows and talked about it, had our own shows and talked about it, but it's new and it's real, and it's actually been with humanity since day one. Just most of it has been erased or omitted or hidden, which really is because it was brought in and sustained by the divine feminine. Period.
Absolutely.
So anything associated with that wisdom that she carried was erased. That's why we know so much about Jesus and so little about Mary Magdalene.
Oh my God, I love you right now. I just do. Sacred Euphoric Xanadu is my acronym for sex. Sacred Euphoric Xanadu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just did a podcast with David Strickle, who channels what he calls the stream, and we did a sex positive talk. So I would love to have both of you back and have a sex positive discussion, and really just let both of you break it all out in an absolutely beautifully vulnerable, authentic way. And because I think it would just rock.
Yeah, we'd love to do that. That'd be great.
Yes, because the world needs to hear this. Super important. And before we end and whatnot, I just want to say really quick, most likely what I'm getting here is the reason for the sharing of your music is because your spark of the expression and your passion centers have all been even ignited further, and your new creativity that's getting ready to come out through your music is absolutely going to be over the top. What you've done is kick-ass. I have to tell you, I appreciate everything you've done, especially the fact that you wing it like me, which is
That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it, right?
That's it, man. There is no other way to do this.
I'm not typically self-conscious, but I haven't really thought about my music for a long time. It's just like a sidebar deal. So I'm sending you another one. And I think and we could close it out like this. I think you'll actually get a big kick out of this one. And I think there was a period, I did all these music videos, like 60 of them. And then Morgan came for the first time. We spent 10 weeks together. Then she had to leave. And I was living out of my suitcase, traveling around the country, and I made this string of
did I freeze? Uh-oh. Here. Real quick before it goes. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Well, shoot. Oh, here he comes. Ha ha.
Did you click the wrong button again?
This time I did it.
Oh, okay.
Alligator. I have a code word in on the page, and it's alligator now. If anybody can hear me, they tell me alligator. Thank you, sweetheart, for letting me know. I'm bringing up. Here we go. I'm going to bring this up. Everybody, please reach out. If you don't know who Todd is, obviously you do now. You need to friend him. I'm pausing that. I'm going to bring it up right now. Over here. Hey Todd, so what day do you want to come on? I have yeah, my scheduling. I blooper that.
You know what? Let me talk to Morgan and
okay, sweet.
And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, where'd it go? Let me try it. Well, Jiminy Crickets now. Seriously. Okay, it's just what did I do?
There you go.
All right, let's try. It doesn't seem to. Okay, let's see if it does it. What did I do? I'm digging this too. Can you hear it?
Turn it up.
That's what I thought. It's not here. I'm gonna
it's coming. I think it'll get louder.
It wouldn't. It was actually. You got everybody hang tight because I'm telling you right now. I just got wind of this one and it's really cool. Just hold tight. It wasn't sharing it on the Be Live for some reason. So I'm going to do it again.
We saw it.
Oh. Well,
it's your stream, and it's gonna take a little.
Well, I got to tell you, Todd, where I'm at, and you can probably pick up on the energy here. Yeah. It's pretty wild. Not to mention the fact that we have Contact in the Desert coming. Which starts on the 31st to the 4th, and then we have a VIP after party with all of the. I don't actually.
When is this? The 31st of May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming right up then.
It's coming right up, and we're gonna have. I've never really watched much of it, but it's called a guy named David Wilcox.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is gonna be kind of new to me, but yeah, they're all gonna be chilling with some big after party we're doing here on the ranch, and it's gonna be like totally rad. So, where are you located?
I'm in Kauai, Hawaii.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Well, that's after a long, long journey. I arrived in Kauai in October with probably a few $100s and no place to live, no car, no nothing. So I was told to come here. And I went through about 6 weeks of initiation. And then Morgan came and we went through about 6 or 8 weeks of initiation together. And basically said, you might have to go back on a plane tomorrow and we'll have to try again. And we drove down the hill to a little restaurant and saw an ad on Craigslist and found an affordable place. And we're just taking it one day at a time. I mean, that's what this I think is forcing us all to do. Is get past the guarantees and just have walk in faith. It's kind of challenging to the human, isn't it?
Totally, I'm right there with you. Yeah, completely. Stepping away from being a full-time graphic designer and marketing and all of that, and stepping into a different realm. Rock Your Spark sessions, helping people remember who they are, because that's what I do. Yeah. We already all know it. We're our own guru. But I love everything about you, everything that you're doing. You guys know how to find Soulogy. We're going to play this. Just hang tight. I got it. I did it. All right, guys, you ready to roll this? Let's rock it.
Todd Medina, Soulogy.One Studios, coming at you with a little bit of soul speak, a little
Come on now. It's thinking.
It's the energy.
Uh-huh.
Meditation Soulogy style.
Come on now.
Don't forget to shine your light. All this stuff going on.
Here, I'm going to bring us down into the lobby and let it play.
Right, dark and night.
Yeah, I won't carry. It's not going to carry the stream.
Yeah, it's just
We're all good. We're all good.
We are good. You guys need to go to YouTube and just put in the search bar Soulogy.One Studios. Again, YouTube it, all right?
Yeah.
And please also go onto Facebook and follow Soulogy.One, and it's Soulogy 5D, right? On Facebook?
The show is Soul Speaks 5D.
Soul Speaks 5D. Forgive me.
All the shows originate on my page. You can also the ads come out every day, and then you can catch them all on YouTube as well.
Okay, you're so on it. You're like way on it. All right, you guys. So I'm going to hang tight, Todd. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you guys for hanging with us, and I love you. I love you, and I love you. And remember, as you go throughout your day today, who are you grateful for, not what you're grateful for, and show up for people like you want them to show up for you. Peace out. I love you. Catch Karen Palmer at 3:00, and bye.